My name is Clara, and I am 33 years old. When I speak about my past now, my voice sounds calm. But there was a time when my heart was full of hope, a soft, beautiful hope that believed love could heal anything. That was the time when I met him. He did not look like a man from a movie. He looked tired, kind, quiet, like someone who had been hurt by life. He had a young child, a small boy with big eyes and a gentle smile, and a sad story behind him, a broken past. A woman who had left. When he talked about his life, I listened. When he spoke about his child, my heart opened. I felt something warm inside me. It was not just love. It was a feeling that I was needed, that I was chosen. I believed I was not just meeting a man. I believed I was meeting a family, and that felt like a miracle. In the beginning, everything felt simple and warm. We would walk together in the evening. The child would hold my hand. Sometimes his small fingers would squeeze mine, like he was afraid to let go. That small touch meant more than words. I started to wake up early for him. I made breakfast. I packed his school bag. I brushed his hair when he was sleepy. I did not give birth to him, but I loved him like he was my own. When he smiled, I felt proud. When he cried, my heart hurt. One day, he called me Mom. Not loudly, not in front of everyone, just softly, and my eyes filled with tears. In that moment, I believed I belonged. I gave everything to that child. I helped with homework. I read bedtime stories. I waited outside school. I kissed his forehead when he was sick. I was always there. And the house looked happy. There were pictures on the wall. There was laughter in the kitchen. There were quiet nights on the sofa. From the outside, it looked like a real family. But inside, something felt strange. Something was missing. The man I loved was kind, but he was not warm. He spoke to me, but he never opened his heart. He sat next to me, but he never held me close. When I tried to talk about feelings, he would become quiet. When I tried to touch his hand, he would gently pull away. Not in anger, not in hate, just in distance. I started to feel lonely inside love. I did not understand at first. I thought maybe he was still hurt. Maybe he was afraid. Maybe he needed time. So I waited. I gavi more. Mori cari. More patience. Mori love. But nothing changed. I was always the one who tried. Always the one who reached out, and slowly my heart began to feel tired. Some nights I would lie next to him and feel empty, not because he was not there, but because he was not with me. I felt like a shadow in my own life, like a helper, like someone who belonged to the house but not to his heart. I was useful, but I was not loved. The child loved me deeply. He ran to me when he was scared. He called for me when he was hurt. He looked for me when he was sad. That love was real. But the man's love was never there. He liked what I did. He liked the care. He liked the comfort. But he did not love me. And one day, I finally understood I was not a partner. I was a caregiver. I was not his heart, I was his help. And that truth hurt more than anything because I had built my whole world around a family that was never truly mine. There was no big fight, new loud words, no broken plates. The moment of truth came quietly. One evening, he came home late. The child was already asleep. Dinner was cold on the table. Clara had waited not with anger, with hope. When he walked in, there was no smile, no question about the child. No soft look. Ele just tired eyes and a tired voice. Did you feed him? That was all. Not how was your day? Not thank you, not even my name, just a task. In that small moment, something inside my chest broke open. I finally saw it. I was not a woman he loved. I was a person who made his life easier, and that truth was louder than any fight could ever be. That night, I lay awake. The house was quiet. The child was breathing softly in his room. The man I loved was sleeping beside me, and I felt completely alone. I did not cry. The pain was too deep for tears. I was not just losing a man. I was losing a family I had built with my heart. I was losing the child who called me mom. I was losing the future I had imagined. I was losing the life I believed in. And yet, something else was waking up inside me. Something small, something brave. For a long time, I had believed love meant giving. Giving me, giving care, giving everything. But love is not just giving. Love is being chosen. Love is being seen. Love is being held when the world feels heavy. And I had none of that. I had been strong for everyone else, but weak for myself. One morning, as I made breakfast, I looked at my reflection in the window. I saw a woman who looked tired, not from work, not from life, from not being loved. And for the first time, I felt something new, self-respect. I deserved more than being useful. I deserved to be wanted. Leaving was not easy. I packed slowly, quietly, a few clothes, a few memories. The hardest part was the child. He looked at me with confused eyes, small eyes full of love. Where are you going? He asked. I held him close. So close. I wanted to stay for him, but I knew I could not live a life where my heart was always empty. I kissed his hair. I will always love you, I whispered, and I meant it. I walked out with one suitcase. No drama, no tears in front of anyone. Just a heartbreaking quietly. Life after that was lonely at first. There was no child's laughter, no footsteps in the hall, no small hands in mine. But there was something new, peace. Slowly, the silence became gentle. I started to breathe again. I started to feel whole again. Now, I live alone, but I am not lonely. I am free. The child still lives in my heart. As pure love is something beautiful that never dies. But the future now belongs to me. And for the first time in a long time, I ain't chosen by myself.